is a purpose for the pause. There is a purpose for the pause. God gave me this word to share with you on my morning walk, and I'm going to go ahead and be obedient and get out y'all's way. For those of you who feel like that they have been in a pause, you feel like you have been waiting for something that for God to do for quite some time. You feel stuck. You feel like I'm not necessarily going forwards and I'm not really going backwards. I'm just stuck. I'm doing the same old thing. I'm going to the same old job. I'm going to the same old church. I'm going to the same old events, taking my kids to the same old places. I'm not really doing anything. And I'm believing God for, and you fill in the blank. You fill in the blank. You fill in the blank where you feel stuck, where you feel like you're on pause. There's some words that come to mind when I think about being paused. Of course, being stuck, being in the middle, waiting, being in that waiting room. When you pause something on TV, most of the time it's because you don't want to miss what's going to happen next, but you got to go to the restroom, or you got to go fix you something to eat, or maybe somebody calls you, so you have to pause something. My God. And let me tell you, a lot of us don't realize it, but God works during that pause. God is actually working behind the scenes. Just like I said, if you have to pause something on TV, it's not because you hate what you're watching. It's actually because it's really good and you don't want to miss anything. Consider it like this. God is pausing you not to hurt you. He's pausing you not to discourage you, but he's pausing you so that he can work behind the scenes. And so when he unpauses you, the things that he was working behind the scenes, not only will it resume in your life, but it will make your life much better. Case in point, God will relate with me about just about anything, right? So about an hour ago, I'm at home. It was this morning. And all of a sudden, the lights went out. Power just went out. And so I had texted my husband, and I was like, babe, did the power company send any emails? Because the power just went out. He was like, no, but, I'll keep you posted. And about maybe a minute later, power came right back on. But here's the thing that I want to share with y'all. Here's what I want to share with y'all. I was downstairs. I'm pretty much home alone, and just me and my little dog. And I had on one light downstairs in the kitchen, just one. Before the pause, right? Before the lights went out, I had on one light. When that pause was lifted and them lights came back on, not just that one light came on, all the lights in the house came back on. Matter of fact, the things like the appliances that I was not using before the lights went on, they came back on. I went upstairs. Nobody's upstairs. And I have an electric foot massager, right? I heard that foot massager going. And I was like, what? Nobody was using that foot massager before the lights went off, before the pause. And all of a sudden, it came back on. The Holy Spirit told me, as in the natural, so it is in your life. For those of you who feel like you are paused right now, when God hits the button to unpause you, things that have been lying dormant in you, gifts, talents, creativity, all of that's coming back on. Things that you weren't even using before this pause, before you felt stuck, before you entered into this waiting season. He said those things are going to be activated because you allowed him to do the work behind the scenes during the pause. And so when you get unpaused, those things are coming back on. You're going to get so many innovative ideas, new connections, destiny helpers, people who you didn't even know about. They're going to come seeking you. Why? Because during your pause, during your waiting season, you didn't know it, and you might not have done the pause really good, okay? Let's be honest. All of us don't do pauses really well. I know I don't. I kick, I scream, I boo-hoo, I cry out to God. Why? But he's okay with that because he knows that During this pause, you probably got closer to him. During this pause, you didn't realize it, but he was resetting you. During this pause, you didn't realize it, he was probably refreshing you. Some of y'all been getting the best sleep that you've ever had because of this pause. God was resetting your nervous system. So I see all of that to say, God has not forgotten about you. Y'all know right now in America, our government is currently shut down, but that's got a reason too. There's a purpose for that too. And they need to work behind the scenes on some stuff. Let them do that. Let them work behind the scenes. Let them iron out as many kinks as they can so that when we do come back, or when this next season does happen, we can enter into the promised land. We can enter into bigger and better and have those things that we forgot about or that's lying dormant in us reactivated so we can continue to do what God has put us on this earth to do. I got to continue my walk, y'all. Love you.